Slangin The Bizkit, episode 38. It is me. It is that other guy.
It is I.
We're happy to be with you. We are humbled. How are you? I'm good, thanks for asking.
We're so happy.
How's your drive?
I'm so happy. How am I?
No, I was asking how's no, not you, the
You're,
listener. How's
you're
your
good.
drive?
You're good. How was I?
Oh, the drive's going good. Good. Oh, you're working. Oh, janitor.
Jesus.
Oh, second day on the job. I got you. Okay. Well, we're happy to be with you while you're working.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your
unfortunate.
cat. I just had no hat on and I felt weird. I feel naked. I'm gonna put a hat on. Rest in peace.
You can't do your little thing with the idiosyncrasies.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Also, I don't know. What did you? Oh yes, I need my OCDs. Rest in peace to the listener's cat. I feel like one person who's listening has at some point in their life has had a cat die, and I'm here for you. So, rest in peace to him or her.
Yeah, we're here for you. Oh, speaking of cat, dog people who like Siberian Huskies, shout out to Ilya Bryzgalov, last week's episode's guest, great guy. And also his son specifically, Vlad Bryzgalov. He was the one who made all that happen. Funny story. I haven't put this in the podcast. I told Pat this in person, but so Vlad has been messaging me, I want to say for like 6 months to a year or whatnot. And I was just responding to his DM one day, and I'm like, Vlad Bryzgalov.
Sounds familiar.
Shoot. Hey, are you related to Ilya by chance? He's like, oh yeah, no way. Yeah, I'm related to him. Yeah, he is my dad. I'm in the car with him right now.
He's my
yeah,
father.
He birthed me. I was like, oh shit.
He gave birth. Ilya Bryzgalov is the second pregnant man. He gave birth to his boy Vlad.
This kind of reminds me of my dad always, like when I was a kid, always used to tell me, when your mother was pregnant with you, I did all the work. I did all the hard stuff. It was really difficult to me. I'm like, you did the work up front. The next 9 months were difficult, but then the next 18 years were where the real work began, Dad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Come on, Pops.
Anyway.
In other news, we are here today on a Thursday. We're recording. I just want you guys to know we're grinding. We work harder than you, and we know it, and we're proud of it. We're both going on road trips, which we'll get into a little more. But we just dropped our episode with Bryzgalov today, and we started exchanging texts. And we're like, "Hey, can you record Sunday, not Monday?" I was like, "I'm going to be playing a game Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're both traveling on Monday. We need to bang it out today and now." So that's what we did, and here we are. Hucking of pod together last minute. I'm chucking back caffeine. I've had donuts. I'm on a donut binge lately, a potato donut binge. Did you know that was a thing?
Are you okay?
What?
You seem you don't seem like you're all right in the head right now.
Am I bouncing around a little bit? I'm on a potato donut binger right now. Apparently in Maine only, donuts are made of not every donut, but potatoes. And I've been eating a lot of them lately. So I'm a little heavier, and that's good for the corners. It's good for, throwing shoulders around in the corners when I'm banging bodies. So
getting pucks in deep, looking for those 2 points. On to the next one.
That's all we need.
Shall we take care of a couple shout-outs our viewers this week, because we didn't get a chance to do that for last week, and then we'll kind of get back into the whole travel thing?
Yeah, let's do.
Okay, so as always, if you're watching the video version, thank you for your support on the YouTube channel. If you're on the audio version, we don't discriminate. We appreciate you. If you're in the Chevy, you're in the Ford Ranger, you're in the the Prius, the Prius
Ford.
that the Toyota RAV4 like Pat has. You put a T, it's a Trav4. Whatever you're driving, wherever you are, we appreciate your support. You want to be a viewer of the week, listener of the week, send me a message, let me know your name, and we'll put you in here. So shout-outs for this week. Gabe Cameron, this guy has been a day one listener. He's always been messaging every week. Love the podcast, etc., etc. Shout out to you, buddy. We have Emma Firmington. Emma Firminger. Oh, you know her?
Shit.
Okay, great.
I know her name. How do I know her name?
I made a typo on your last name, Emma, so I apologize, but thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
She's a commenter. I've seen her. I've chatted with her. Shout out to you.
Awesome.
Not in that, Travis. Not in
I
that
didn't say
way.
that.
Don't make it weird.
You're the one who's all hooped up on coffee and donuts and whatnot right now.
It's
Anyway,
not like that.
also Nick DiPiolo. I'm so bad with names. I have Don Cherryisms like Corey Price, Kevin Beska, like that kind of. I'm really bad with names, so I apologize in advance to Nick and Emma for ruining your names. Also, this is a little bit late, but Spotify, if you're listening on Spotify, had a wrapped up top podcast type of thing. I don't know if Pat, if you were getting the same thing, but I must have had like 100 people messaging me. Hey, the podcast was top of my list, all this kind of stuff. So to anybody who's listened over the past 38 episodes, I guess that would be 8-9 months. Thank you for your support. We seriously appreciate you. You don't even have to be viewer of the week or commenter of the week. We just want to say thanks for your continued support. It means a lot. So
I agree. I definitely got a lot of DMs, but a lot of times there's just a picture, and it wasn't on their story, so I couldn't share it, and I was getting pretty pissed. If you guys could resend those or just put on your story so I can share you on my story, it'd be awesome.
I don't know where I stand on that, because I could have and I don't want this to come across the wrong way. Like I could have reposted easily like 20 or 30 of them, but I'm like, if I ever post 30 of them, people are gonna get pissed off. I repost, you know what I mean? Like people get the message the first time or two, so
but you need a good repost.
I think I did 2. I think I reposted 2, maybe 3, but all on different days. Like I wanted to space it a little bit, so I apologize if I didn't repost yours. If I did, congratulations, you win nothing.
Yeah. Well, if you just reposted every single one, then it'd be like, what are you doing? Like there are some music artists that will repost every single person. There was their top. I'm like, all right,
hold on.
People like you. Yeah.
Hold on. The guy or girl whatever you are, that reposts every birthday shout out they get on their birthday. I'm looking at a very specific former guest we had on this podcast. It might have been episode 9. You know who I'm talking about?
No. One of our guests.
J-Bone.
When was his birthday?
I think I want to say his birthday was in like August or September, and he was hammering the repost. No, he was hammering the repost for his birthday, and I pay attention. I see somebody repost one, and I say, "Oh, hey, happy birthday!" And then I exit out of the message. I go back on the stories. I'm like, "Oh, 30 reposts later, you're one of those guys." Okay, so anyway, we have nothing but love for Jeremy Brodeur. We were trying to get him on the podcast. If you get a chance, message him on Instagram. Hey, J-Bone, want to stay on the podcast? Jeremy Brodeur, love to have him back for episode 2, round 2, sometime. If you get the chance to.
That'd be great.
If you're free. If you're in the car, you get some free time.
Yeah. He's off to Providence right now, actually. Jeremy is.
Oh, he got called up.
He did. They had a little outbreak, and they needed guys bad. So they took Jeremy, and they took 2 of our forwards, 2 of our top forwards. We're hurting right now. Good for them, but bad for us as a team. Should I just start into then? Because this kind of leads into my team, how we're doing shit right now.
Go ahead.
Well, yes, I'm about to rip on a little over a week road trip here, but the bender of games starts tomorrow, and I play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm going up to Canada. Oh no, then I'm going to. So okay, circle back.
Potato Junior.
Potato donut brain. I start here tomorrow. We play against Worcester. Then the next day we play in Worcester, and then that's at 7:00. And then Sunday at 3 p.m. I'm playing in Adirondack, New York, way up north. And then right after that, we're heading up to Montreal, stopping in there for a couple days, and then finishing it up. No, we're not playing there. We're just doing a little pit stop on the way to Quebec. We're going to Trois Rivières.
Oh yes, that
Trois Rivières.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going up there. So we're gonna start that road trip. Trav, you're also traveling starting Monday.
Yes, Sunday, Monday, traveling.
So yeah, that won't work. One sec, I have to blow my nose here.
Yeah, that
Pause.
just a little note too. That's one of the interesting things about trying to make this podcast happen is like on top of like I'm doing the YouTube thing full time. Pat's on a little more of a part time basis, but like we're also both like playing hockey and
Oh,
at a level where
I didn't hear anything you
we
said.
don't.
What'd you say?
I was just, jeez, I was just talking about how we don't have a lot of free time because we're not trying to think of the way to put it. Like we don't have unlimited free time, so we're trying to make the podcast happen, and this is how we make it happen.
Yeah.
By doing unconventional recording hours sometimes. Also, the
No,
fact that you and
absolutely.
I are 6 hours difference doesn't help either.
Does not help. But hey, that
No.
happens. Yeah, no, it is actually very much a grind, as we talked about. I think it was 2 episodes ago about like trying to create in season is it's tough. Like this pro hockey schedule is obviously new to me, and man, it is like it feels like you don't have any time off. It's wild. It's like a rest day, and then all of a sudden you're back to playing like 3 games. It's like it's a lot. So, anyways, speaking of playing a lot of games, my team has been on a bit of a losing streak. Don't ask me how many, because Trav did before the episode, and I don't know.
Pat
But
can't count that high.
so I like I'm not sure, but I just know that I've been leaving the games pretty upset a lot, recently. And a game ends, I'm like, damn it, another one. I don't know for sure how I should check. Um,
If Pat can give us a quick count to 10, well, Pat can only count to 5.
yeah. No, honestly, I think it's because I don't even want to know. It's like you start losing, and you're like, fuck. But I know it's not. Let me see here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, wow.
6 in a row. 2 were overtime. 7 of our last 8. 6 in a row. 8 of our
Okay.
last 9. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah. So, and it kind of brought up an interesting topic. See, but that's why when you ask how many, I'm like, I don't know, because I stopped counting. You stop counting after 2 or 3. I know that like I'm leaving the rink. I'm like, fuck, we just lost again. I think that adds to the streak. But yeah, we had an interesting conversation in the locker room today. When a team is going through a slump, and then everyone starts kind of dialing it down, and what can we change? What can we do differently here? And we had a little team meeting. And the guys come in. It's pretty much like, hey, we need to change shit. And then it kind of got me thinking after the meeting. And it's like, what does get a team out of a slump? What does is it possible? Like, is there something that you're actually that you need to do differently, or what do you think, Trav? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first off, you got to point the finger at everybody but yourself,
Yeah,
because obviously
exactly.
you're not the problem. Rule number
Exactly.
one. Let everybody know you gotta pull the weight. You gotta do a little bit more. You're not tugging on the
Yeah.
rope equally. I would even consider, if not immediately, shortly thereafter,
Yes.
barge into coach's office and tell him, hey, you're not doing enough. You're not carrying the mail. I am.
Yep.
And then see how it goes from there.
You should go into the coach's office and say, hey, listen, you're not doing enough. If you don't change it around, you're not playing tomorrow. And when he asks you, when he asks you, you're like, you're not coming on the bench. And if he tries to come on the bench, you punch him. You punch him in the gut. And you let him know you're
Give a
not
good
coming.
cross check to the back of the neck.
You're like, no, you're scratched tonight. No, and then you go home and you go home and you take every single mirror you have in your house and you throw it in the trash. You don't look at it. And then you tell everyone else in your team, hey, I have a trash bin full of mirrors that you guys need to look in because it's your fault. You guys are the problem here, not me. Okay? I think that's the best, most healthiest way to go about a losing streak is just point the finger. Get the team mad at each other, firing up. Start in squad beef and see what happens. And then hopefully you squeeze a win by accident and then you get back on track, right? I feel like that's the best way.
I mean, that's one way to go about it. I mean,
No, that's a terrible
go
way.
ahead.
But I was just saying, in like all seriousness, it's tough. Obviously, it's shitty when you're going through like losing streaks, and it's hard to figure out like what you're supposed to do, because it's like, yeah, you're pissed, but you also don't want to stay pissed, because that's not going to do you any like good if you're just walking around angry and the whole tone of the rink is bad. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, get mad, but also you have to put it behind you and go, okay, what can we do better that we did shit in this game, and actually go apply it to the next game.
I think you gotta have a feel for like what the other guys in the team, like the personalities are like. Because like as a coach, like there's some guys you can push, there's some guys you can't, there's some guys you can say a lot to, some guys you can't. Like some guys get butt hurt easily, some guys they love the constructive feedback. So you gotta have a feel for that. I think more so in this day and age, like for myself at least, I think it's just easier and also more time productive to just like look at what I'm doing and try to pick apart. All right, this wasn't good. Okay, I'm making some poor reads here, making some poor reads there. Break down the on ice. Okay, what about the off ice? Well, I'm not sleeping enough. My diet's been less than stellar as of late. Maybe I'm not stretching enough. I'm not like just. It's easier to take responsibility than point the finger at at everybody else because I personally I don't like wasting time. Like I hate wasting time and trying to convince somebody else to do something. Like
100%.
we have a defenseman in Varberg that one game this year we're shorthanded, 5-on-4 power play, and the other team's guy literally just walks out from the corner untouched, drives the net on me. I make the save. He's jamming away untouched, and then they drive it home on the opposite side. And I'm trying to explain to him very nicely, like, hey man, like you just gotta stay in position. You don't gotta go chasing the puck. Just stay there relaxed and just let them work on the outside. Like they can shoot from the outside all day long. I'm not really concerned about that. And no, he's getting offended. He's upset that I've told him how to do his job. I should stick to just doing my job. Well, my job and your job are intertwined. You're the defenseman. I'm the goalie. We're in the penalty kill. It's just easier to just take responsibility for how can I fix the problem in even the worst case situation.
Well, I agree and disagree. I think it's the most beneficial is when you actually, like I made the joke, but when you actually look in the mirror and then look at your game film and say, hey, what did I do wrong? How can I be better here? And then actually go apply it to the game. Is it easier? No, I disagree there. I think it's easiest to just point the finger and then go on. I didn't do anything wrong. It's their fault and I'm okay. And then go on because you don't have to take any blame on yourself. I feel like it's harder for the average person, not saying you, but harder for the average person to actually go look at themselves and be like, okay, I fucked up here. How can I be better? Because you don't want.
I think it's easier to get results through blaming yourself than other. You know what I mean? Like it's easy to point the finger, like no. You did this, you did that, you did this, but like that's not going to actually get somebody to do what you want. Yes. You got to think of the outcome, and the outcome would be, I was the one who did something wrong. I can fix. Like I can go and fix that immediately. Like there's no middleman, as opposed to me trying to tell Pat, your forechecks sucked last night. Well, now I got to go through the middleman, which is him, to get the result to change. You know what I mean?
No, we're agreeing on that. We're pretty much saying the same thing in just different words. I was just kind of saying like mentally as a person, it's hard for someone to actually like put blame on themselves and say like, okay, I did something wrong. I need to be better, because people don't like to admit or like think that they're in the wrong, or that other people are better than them or doing better than them. Like that's kind of what I was saying there. It's more, you're going to get way more out of it if you're actually go say, okay, what did I do wrong, and go do it, because you can't tell someone to go, hey, you did this wrong, now go fix it, because you can't, like, they're going to be like, yeah, okay, fuck you, like people
especially don't receive, in this world, in this day and age,
they don't receive criticism well, and that's part of the issue. But also it's like when it's a team sport, it's tough because sometimes you can go say, okay, what can I do better? And you go do it. But the problem with a team is like everyone has to be on the same page. Like everyone has to go do that and be ready to go. And that's the problem with a losing team or a losing streak, is that everyone needs to be on the same page. Sorry. It's easier in a sport like, I don't know, like fighting, when it's just you out there. You go and you go, I need to do this, I need to do that, and you go and apply it. But when it's a team, there's a lot of moving pieces that need to be in place, and it can be tough to get out of a slump for sure.
This kind of reminds me of a girl I used to date, in the sense of she would ask me like, what do you want for dinner? Do you want pasta or you want pizza? I'm like, oh, I wouldn't mind a nice Hawaiian pizza, a little bit of pineapple, a little bit of ham, throw some chicken on there, a little bacon, a little barbecue sauce, call her a day. All right, I'm going to make pasta. Why'd you ask? Oh, I just wanted you to feel included in the conversation. That is the worst. But if you get the lawnmower from the folks at Manscaped and you're giving your lady, you're feeding her the bone hammer, not a Hawaiian pizza, you give her the bone hammer, the bone saw on a Thursday night, like tonight, you'll be rolling harder than Fred Durst, and which is why Manscaped is our sponsor for the podcast. They sponsor every week's podcast. The Manscaped Lawnmower 4, we will cut right to the facts as we always do. You got chest hair, you got a beard, you got a little bit of hair down there. This thing takes care of it. Actually, this is a true story. I was in the locker room yesterday with my new team in Norway. Not a big deal. Thanks for coming. And shout out Kevin. Kevin says to me, he's like, Trav, I wanted to know, like the Manscaped lawnmower, is it actually better than a razor? And I said, actually, yes, because Pat was telling me this. I've had a light bulb go off my head, and then he was actually thinking the same thing. Was that with with an actual razor, you got to get the shaving cream, you got to replace the blades, you got to get all these things in order and your ducks in line to actually get a good shave. The lawnmower, you just do this. You press the button, you're good to go. As you can tell here, I have the travel lock on. You press the button 3 times, and you're rolling. Boom, now you got a good shave, and you get whatever you need done.
Yeah, no, it's the best. It's the best of what it does. I actually was giving promotion. Was it this past weekend? This past weekend after the game, a few of the guys were just hanging out, and I went over there with the hoodie on, and I was like, "Oh, geez, guys, it's hot in here." And I took my hoodie off, and what shirt was I wearing? Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. And I started promoting it. Guys, this is the best. This is the best. This is the best electric razor you can ever find in the business. Use the code BIZKIT. It is the best. And I think I'm joking. They look at me like, Pat, are you like, do you actually like Manscaped? I'm like, yes, I fucking actually like it. I use it. Go over to my place right now. You'll find my Manscaped lawnmower. It's what I use. It's the best, and I stand by it.
And if you look in the shower drain, you'll find with the lawnmower trimmed off this morning. I promise.
Yeah, it's clogged. Yeah,
it's stuffed.
It's a great. Yeah, no, it's good. So if you guys want to go buy one, go use the code BIZKIT and get your discount. Help out the pod. Support the pod, but also support your balls. And
20% off. Later. Free shipping. Pat Shea ships all orders out the door with a smile on his face and a slap on the back end on the hiney, because we can't say ass anymore around here. With the YouTube monetization that we have. And also, if you're broke like me and you can't afford a lawnmower, great. Hit the like button on the video version of the podcast, all that kind of good stuff. If you got some money, you got to get one of these. Anyway, back to our regular programming. Fighting. Fists in the face. I actually had an idea that I told Pat right before we started recording today. Was that so Pat's been getting some trickle-down haters, and I believe this is... everybody's least favorite vegan in the hockey community, sending his little vegetarian army after Pat. Because they can't get to me mentally, so they'll go after Pat. And they've been telling him, Pat, you got beat up recently, you got knocked out, you just got ragdolled, you suck. Trav, do not ever take tips from fighting from Pat Shea. We promise you it will not work out nicely. So, we were talking about fighting, how to change fighting in hockey in the sense of like how to make it better. How to make it more exciting. Now I got this crazy idea, okay? So Pat was trying to tell me, fights nowadays, which I would agree with, are just small exchanges, 3 punches for this guy, 5 for that guy. Like very rarely do you actually see like an old school tilt where guys are just standing back in the pocket and just unloading on each other and, last man standing wins. Like that doesn't happen very often or at all anymore. So I got an idea. I got a crazy idea. And get ready for this, the people on the Instagram Reels and the TikToks. Guys, shake the gloves off, all right? We're going to throw it on. We're going to get into a little Donnybrook, a little scrap. Refs blow the whistle. They open up the Zamboni doors. Why? They pull out an octagon. They pull like an actual, like a fighting arena. They bring it right down the center ice. Guys take the gloves off, get a couple drinks, maybe get a banana, get a pizza. If
skates off.
Everything off. Yeah, we mean business.
Yeah.
And they just go at it. You could keep the skates on too. Maybe they'll have like a chunk of ice on the top of the octagon, but you just throw down, put the skate guards on too, because we don't need blades in the face, and that kind of like insurance would be really expensive to get. And what do you think? You like that idea?
No, I'm all for it. You stop the game. Hey, someone says, hey, want to go? You go, yeah, ref. Blows the whistle down. Boney comes out, clean sheet.
Oh, that's an even better idea, because the Boney's got power. So instead of getting guys to push it out, you just put like a hitch on the Zamboni, and she just pulls out the octagon, and then the Boney swings around and brings it back.
You go 5 rounds, 5 minutes each in the middle of the game. The games will go a little bit longer. It might get a little stretched out, but who cares? It's you know who wins.
Ticket prices are going up.
No,
Ticket prices going up.
why we started talking about that is because well, first, yes, I do have a hater, and I find it funny. So when the Worcester thing, like when I wasn't able to go to camp, I got obviously I wasn't there, but someone goes back to my video from last year where I posted on Facebook my UNH day in the life on a game day video, and they comment on my personal Facebook's old video and was like, is Pat Shea starting for the Railers this season? No, because he is a scratch, and it's a meme of the guy from The Ringer. He's like, you scratched my CD in broad daylight. So it's a meme of him, and I just kind of chuckled. I'm like, what the fuck? Because obviously I wasn't there, whatever, and I just forgot about it. And then I got in a little scrum 2 games ago because someone leg checked my teammate, and then whatever. At the end of the fight, I'll just describe how the fight went. Then it was a little.
But why don't we put the video version on the screen? We'll put the video version on the screen, and we'll do that.
Yeah. So, anyways, guy gets leg checked. I go over. I'm like, hey, what? So as I go over, I go, hey, what the shove him, and before any words, he didn't say anything. He sneaks his glove off and hits me in the face. So
is this a new fight? Is this a new fight?
Yeah, no, this is a new one.
Okay.
So I clips me in the upper eye. So then I drop my gloves and I get him. I throw him, and he goes down. And then I kind of let him up, and I got an uppercut and a right in on him. And then I push him up on the net with some force. The net flips. I fall forward onto my knee, and he sneaks an uppercut on me, drills me in the face, and then flips up on top of me, and whatever, we're on the ground. If you're seeing the video here, you'll see we're on the ground here. So someone takes a screenshot of the end of it where I'm this on the ground. He's like, dude, you are the Turtle King, on the same Facebook post from in a year ago. And then goes, obviously I just ignore it. I'm laughing. And then he goes on to my recent Instagram post. It's a different name, different account. And was like, I saw the game. You turtled like a bitch. I'm like, when the fuck? What are you talking about, dude? It's funny as hell, though.
It's pretty good.
But it got me thinking, even the first fight, too, if you go by, punches land or whatever, I landed more. Yeah, okay, I edged him, but, does that mean, I won the fight? No, it's a 5-second exchange.
Hold on. Leave a comment in the comment section on the video version. Who won? Who won the fight? We want to know your opinion.
The first fight. The first fight was, yeah.
No, we had the first fight video on the podcast before. We're talking about the second fight, so leave a comment. Who won?
Now I'm talking. The second fight wasn't more.
Yeah.
It wasn't really much of a fight because it was a quick. I threw him down and he hit me with an uppercut when I was on my knee. So
yeah, but that's great though. That's why we want to hear people's opinion. Who do you think won? Because we don't know.
He landed the better shot there. So I can say, okay, yeah, he landed a better punch. But whatever. But I'm talking about the first one in particular, because someone's saying there's a commenter too, oh, they beat the wheels off you or whatever. But it's I watched the fight back. I was in it. Obviously, he hit me once. I hit him a good 4 times, I want to say. And then I was ducking under him. And then he hit my helmet once. And it was just really wasn't, but it's nothing noticeable because it's okay, you both were throwing a little back and forth, quick exchange. There's no real winner in a 5-second exchange. It's taking, say, a UFC fight and taking a 5-second thing. The winner of the fight might lose an exchange for 5 seconds. You know what I mean? It's not really you can't really say okay, you won unless there's a fucking big knockout in the fight, Which I kind of find funny that people will get so riled up about that in particular. but also the fact that they'll like talk about the fight in general when none of them would have like the balls to actually fight themselves, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying everyone, but
I think it would depend, because if you break it down in a UFC fight, like that little exchange could be the difference between a win and a loss if it's a very, very tight fight. But because like the fight is such a short period of time, people are looking for, and we're talking like a 15-second fight, maybe like a 10-second fight.
Yeah, if that.
People are looking for anything to pick a winner and a loser off of. So I understand it, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like I don't know where I sit on that end of the fence. I think you know right away who won and who lost.
Well, it's like, okay, who won this exchange? You know what I mean? Who won this?
It's not a fight.
Yeah, it's like who won this quick exchange, because it's like to take Usman versus Covington, their last like UFC fight. You could arguably say Covington won. He won at least 2 rounds. So like Usman won the fight but lost 2 rounds. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like you could say, okay, this guy won the exchange, and it's like it doesn't really mean that much in a way, is what I'm saying. Like even if you win the exchange or lose the exchange, it's like unless you get fucking bundled, it's just like it's a pretty even match. Most hockey fights are a pretty even like thing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would agree. We're not talking like a Usman versus Masvidal. I just KO'd on the deck.
Yeah, or like Masvidal Askren. It's a 5-second exchange. Knee to the face.
Why the flying knee? Because that dude's a fish. That dude's a fish.
Yeah. That's too funny. But the my second one wasn't even labeled as like a fight on record though. It was just like roughing, because it was so quick of like just like a little wrestle and like a punch. But
okay.
Yeah. Then someone chirped me, was like, Pat's gonna have more fights than goals this year.
Did I not say he's gonna be leading the ECHL with the Gordie Howe hat trick, with the Gordie this season?
That's two. Right now it's equal. I have 2 goals, two fights.
I told you so. I may not be able to stop pucks, but I can definitely predict stats. TSN, I'm hiring. I'm looking at you. Or I am unemployed, looking for hire. There we go. That's the proper pronunciation.
Now, as for your hockey career, we have some eventful things going on. Where did we leave off? We were talking potential Fed for you, Norway.
Yes. So let me just wrap all that stuff up real quickly, and then we'll get into the Norway situation, because last time we talked about offers and whatnot. The guy in the Fed, it was turning into a Danbury Trasher situation where, you have the owner and his kids telling him to sign Trav. We got to have Trav as a goalie. Guy's trying to establish a time to talk to my agent. Establish time to talk to me. Ends up flaking. Can't get a phone call return. Can't get a text return. Email return. Whatever. Move on. The Norway thing kind of came quickly because shit started going downhill with my team in Varberg with that coaching situation, and then I just called up our president one night. I was like, "So I'm leaving. I'm gonna go to Norway tomorrow. Bye." And then I got a call back, and they all started hitting the panic button, like, "Whoa! You're leaving? What do you mean you're leaving? We got a game in 2 days. I'm leaving. I'm going to Norway. Bye." So all of a sudden, and funny how quickly it turned around. They fired the coach like within a day after that. So we are on to Varberg is on to their 3rd coach now that I'm gone. And then I'm getting calls, but we fired the coach. You going to come back? I paid for the flight and the Airbnb in Norway. I'm going. Bye. So anyway, so I come here, and I promise you, I do not script the stuff. I don't write the stuff. This just happens. I film it, and it comes out in the vlog format eventually. So I fly out, 12:30, a noon flight on a Sunday to Norway, going from Gothenburg to Bergen to Haugesund. And then I go to Gothenburg, from Gothenburg to Bergen, and I'm running through the airport. I got like less than an hour to go, change flights, and we were already 15 minutes behind because some meathead at the gate was throwing a big stink for whatever reason for his bags, or like going from Gothenburg to Bergen. So now we're down to like 45 minutes to get from the plane out into the to the terminals and to where I need to go through security. So I got to run all the way to the opposite side of the airport. I'm supposed to pick up my baggage, like my hockey gear, and I didn't because I didn't think I was going to have to in such a short period of time. So as I'm about to go to security, they're like, "You got to get your bags." So I got to run back, grab my bags, run back up. Like I'm literally doing the 300 or the 3,000 meter dash through the airport to try to get there. I knew I put my running shoes, my knee brace on for a reason. Thank God, because it was really tough and I don't run. So I get there. They're like, "Sir, your flight leaves in 15 minutes. We're not going to be able to get your bags there." And I'm like, "We'll do it. We'll try. I want you to try to get my bags there because I need to make this happen." So they send the bags through. I go through security. I hop the gate, like like where you scan the ticket and then it opens up and then you go through all the lines. I jumped over that because I wasn't willing to wait. And they're like, "Sir, you can't." And I'm just like, I'm like hopping. I'm like, there's like nothing is gonna stop me. Like nothing is gonna stop me from getting to this gate.
You
So I explain the
sad.
situation. Oh, so yeah, so I explained the situation. The security lady explains to the other security lady what's going on. I'm good to go. They're like, "Sir, front of the line, please. Front of the line," because my flight's leaving in 5 minutes. So I do the gauntlet through security. I give them, laptops, liquids, gels, everything. Run through security. "Sir, you didn't open your bag up enough." I'm like, "Oh my God, what do you want to see? Do you have any liquids?" "Yes, contact solution. Pull it out for you right here." "Okay, great." And then she's searching through the bag for like 4 minutes, right? And like the intercom's coming over. "Travis Ridgen, your flight is leaving gate B14. Please come now. The gates are closing." I'm like, "Lady, sometime today. Let's go. Let's go." So
Yeah.
she gives me my stuff. I grab it. I run. And I decided, well, if I'm going to miss my flight, I might as well vlog it. So I take out my phone and I'm vlogging with my phone. And I'm like, "I'm coming." And as the phone's like shaking because I'm sprinting across the airport. And then you hear, "Travis Ridgen, your gate is closing. Please come." And I'm like, "Don't leave without me." And then I'm running down the stairs.
Were you
And I see the
screaming?
lady, I'm shouting. I'm
Oh,
shouting at
you
this
were
point. It's all
yelling.
on film. It's all on film. It's coming at some point. It's going to come up later this month. And as I'm running down the stairs, as I'm approaching the gate, the lady looks like she's about to turn on the close gate. I'm like, "I'm here. I'm here. Don't close the gate." And then so I get there. She scans my ticket. I'm pouring sweat, and I made it onto the flight.
Wow.
You think that this is the, I know, like, how long did that take to explain? You think this is the end of the fiasco, right? This is just getting good. So I get on the flight. I get there. Beautiful sunset, beautiful scenery, the mountains, the snow, the ocean, all that stuff on the west coast of Norway. Exactly what you see on Instagram and in the pictures and the movies. I get there, come in the airport, my bags aren't there, and I'm like,
Wow.
"Oh my God." Like, I'm just picturing in my mind, I got to go to the rink tomorrow at this point in time, be like, "So, coach, I'm ready for my tryout, but my gear's not." "What do you mean?" My gear is not here, but I am." Like, that's going to go over great, right? So I ended up, talking to the airline. They're like, "Oh, well, we'll deliver it tonight. It'll be delivered by 10 p.m. No worries." 10 p.m. rolls around. I call them because I haven't heard from them. They're like, "We have no idea where your equipment is." I'm like, "Oh shit! Like, this is
Great.
just great, sir. Relax. We're gonna look for it. Call us back tomorrow." I call them at 7 a.m. "Where's my gear?" We still don't know." I'm like, "How do you not know where my gear is? Like, it's the hockey bag with the Manscaped pads and the Bauer sticks." Like, it's not like you're mixing up with some leopard print
Yeah, it's
suitcase.
not
Like,
that
this is
hard to find.
it's very distinguishable, and it's heavy, and it's black, and it's a blue bag, like all that kind of stuff. So I get a call at 10. "Sir, we found your bags. They'll be on their way shortly." I'm like, "Oh, thank God. I'll have my bags like 4 hours before I got to go to the rink." Great. 10 rolls around, nothing. 12 rolls around, nothing. 1 rolls around. I'm like, "Oh my God. I got to go to the rink in like 2 hours, 3. I don't have my bags." "Sir, the driver is on the way. He'll be outside your place in about 25 minutes. The guy literally shows up with my bags an hour before I got to go to the rink.
Wow.
Maybe an hour and a half before I got to go to the rink. So I got to grab my bags. I got to walk to the rink with my bags. So I walk about, I don't know, 3 kilometers, 2 kilometers with my bags. I walk it to the rink. We get stuff going on. You think that I've overcome the adversity. I made my flight. I got my bags, right? We're in the clear, right? Everything's going to be all good?
Yeah.
Nope, it's not. It gets worse.
Not good.
Meet coach, shake his hand. "Thank you so much for the opportunity, coach. I'm looking forward to being here. Shake hands, kiss babies with all the guys. We're excited to play with you. Looking forward to getting to know you." All that great, great stuff. I get a call. We've skated Monday for like a half hour or whatever. Like, coach didn't really get to see much of me. And I wasn't great I'm going to be honest, I wasn't great. I had a lot of stress with my bags and whatnot. I think that played into it because I was just freaking out. I'm calling the airlines like back and forth. I'm not even stretching to do my routine because I'm trying to get my bags. So I got a call first thing Tuesday morning. Coach tested positive for the COV, for the COV. I'm like, no. Does he have the new Decepticon variant or the version? Yeah, he's got it. I'm like, oh shit, great. So but then I think, wait, whoa, hold on. The Scandinavian countries are not like North America. Like Norway said, this is now a flu. Like this is legitimately, we're treating it like the flu. I'm like, that's great. That's great. That means coach is going to be away for a day or two. We'll be good to go. Okay. Guys start getting symptoms. Okay. Well, if you get symptoms, just monitor it or whatnot. So, I skate in the morning. I do like a 8 a.m. skate. Come back at night for practice. 6 p.m. And they got COV tests lined up for everybody at the rink. Everybody, pull one, shoot it up your nose. Let's go. Everybody does their test. Everything comes back negative. We're good to go. Okay. Have a practice. And we have no coach at practice because coach is done. So then yesterday rolls around. No coach. We got a couple guys testing positive now. Oh, shit. I get a call today. We're done for the next 2 weeks. No practices, no games, nothing. Everybody's got to go get a test. Everybody this, everybody that. And I'm like... So I came. I lost my bags. Got them back. Coach watched me skate for 30 minutes. The other guys skated with me twice, 45 minutes each for 2 practices and a morning skate. We're shut down for 2 weeks, and I have 4 days to do nothing, and I haven't gotten to see a game. I haven't gotten to do anything that I want to do. I'm like, what a bust this tryout trip has been. Because I only came for the week or for the 8 or 9 days, whatever it is, because this team goes into Christmas break on Sunday, and then I fly back Monday. So all things combined, that was the plan for the trip, and what a bust! What an absolute bust of a trip it was, and a tryout it was.
That sounds busty.
Yeah, and also like, not to like keep kind of hammering down, but like I told you how like expensive Norway is, how expensive that pasta and that salad was. Like
they're wealthy there, dude.
Well, they are. I'm not. I make YouTube videos. Remember, I'm a podcaster. You're a podcaster. Remember, there's a big difference here between that and a real job. And I think the whole trip, like just between like the flights, all that, it's gonna cost me about like $3,000. And I'm like, well, there goes any money I had or any hope I had of coming home at Christmas time. Like that's $3,000 for 3 45-minute skates.
Damn.
Shit. Yep.
And
I can't be signed because coach hasn't seen me. Like
right.
He saw me for 30 minutes, all that stuff. Like that was the whole goal. Like if he signs me, okay, great, but he can't because he hasn't seen me.
So what you went for was to hopefully get signed in Norway. What you left with was a nice vacation there.
And a great vlog.
And a good vlog, and then we'll make a little bit of the money back, not all of it, but what
it'll pay for the salad.
Yeah. So
what? And the pasta maybe.
So what does this mean now for Trav's hockey career?
Honestly, I don't know. My agent's supposed to give me a call back in about an hour or so, to kind of go over that. Like I don't know, because the tryout was for next season. To get a feel for me, as well as also like if I did well, sign me for the second half, bring me in for the second half. Yeah. And you can't do any of that if you haven't seen me. Like okay, the coach has seen me for like 30 minutes where I'm getting half the reps or whatever, but we also have 3 goalies out of practice. I'm not getting a lot of reps, not a lot of sample size to see. It's like are you gonna sign a guy if you've seen him stop 15 shots in practice? Like probably not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard. That's hard to tell.
So I'm going to be going back to Sweden. I was going back to Sweden regardless next week, but I'm going back to Varberg. I think they have a game 2 days after I come back, and then we're on Christmas break as well. So I might get 1 game in, and I'll be fired that meathead coach. Now we're under our 3rd coach. Thank God that guy's gone. And then I'm on Christmas break for 3 weeks then too, or 2 weeks then too. So it's a wonderful Christmas time for me.
Hey, we like
all my Christmas money's gone too.
Well, that's tough. That is a struggle indeed.
Though, like we've talked about a million times, like this is the way things go.
That is
like
life.
This is like, well, this is how life goes. But like playing like where we do and like what we're doing, this is the way it goes. Like coach gets the COV, we're shut down, guys. It spreads throughout the team. the tryout is wasted. Like the team's not paying for me to come try out. Like I'm on my own dime until I've proven myself, right? Like that's just
For sure.
it's the way she goes.
It's the way she goes, the way she rolls. That's.
Some
But
days she goes,
hopefully
some days
everything
she
works
don't.
out. And the vlog will be entertaining regardless. Hopefully, stay up to date with the podcast, and you will know the insides like this before it hits Trav's vlog, which is always nice, and you can brag to your friends about it.
This is the one nice thing I will say though, like with the vlog at least, like
Yeah.
with like how I produce everything with all the shots, all the things that go into it, and then the editing itself. Like I can't produce videos like every 3 days, like in live time. Like
Yeah.
the podcast is great. We can just set up the Skype, get the microphones going, get the camera rolling, and boom, we can bang it out like that week and give
Yeah,
people
it's
a real
easier
time
for
update of what's
sure.
going on, and then also get you excited. Be like, hey, you're gonna want to see this absolute train wreck of a tryout trip.
100%. And it's as I'm getting older too, right? We're both getting older too. I kind of enjoy the podcasting style, or like the sit down talking interviewing style more than like the vlogging style. It's, I don't know, I feel it's more personable, and it feels like more
Is it
mature.
good? Is it because it's different? Because we haven't been doing it so long.
Could be. It's different. Yeah, maybe so. It's different and it's fresh. But I feel like that's important when you're doing anything, is to kind of keep like refreshing and renewing, kind of, so you don't get burned out from doing the same old thing all the time.
Well, it's a new challenge too. Like that. That's what I find really exciting about it. Is it's a new challenge, something new to do, and all that kind of stuff. But speaking of which, new episodes, Slingin The Bizkit every Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. if you're in Sweden, Scandinavia, Finland, Germany. Actually, it's a lie. Finland is 3 p.m. They're an hour ahead. Germany is 7 or 2 p.m. I'm screwing up all the time zones, but that's okay. What we won't screw up is next week's podcast. We'd love to have you here. Video version on YouTube. Subscribe to the Slingin The Bizkit YouTube channel. Audio version, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher. We're everywhere. Anywhere you get it, in your AirPods, in the car stereo. Shout out to our viewers of the week. Want to thank you as always. Thank you, Pat Shea, for sticking by me for 38 episodes. God, Travis, sometime today try to get that out of you. And we'll see you next week on Thursday. Pat, take us home.
I'll see you guys next week at on Thursday. Try your potato donuts if you want to travel to Maine. The Holy Donut has potato donuts, and God bless. Don't get too freaky with the donut.
There we go. There, that was a nice little short one. That's good.